And then KD might be a situation, you know, they know KD is leaving. KD know he's leaving.
Yep.
Maybe that's why he's not around, Skip. Maybe it's starting to get uncomfortable with everybody.
It just might be.
But this is the first time they had two guys with triple doubles in the finals.
Have you ever seen either Steph or Draymond play better than they played over the last 3 games?
No.
I have not.
And if Skip, on a different subject, they might need to think about breaking Portland up. They've hit the ceiling. That's how they can go.
Wow.
Skip, if you can't beat the Warriors, minus Iggy, minus KD on your home court in which you have a 17-point lead, you're never going to beat them. Because who can you get to change that? That's the bet. Skip, you got 30. You got 30 from Leonard. You got 28, 26 from Dame, 26 from CJ.
Yeah, but you got to look at what happened in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Dame and CJ couldn't get.
They're just not Steph or Clay. They're not. They're poor man Steph and Clay. They're regular season wonders. And look, Damian Lillard is the more decorated of the two, and he is a great guy. He's great for this league, but he's not that guy. When it's time, he can't. You call him Dame Dollar.
Yeah.
When it's time to deliver the money, when it's Dame time, not in this time. It's not. This stage was too big for him, and especially for his running mate. Are you looking at have you looked at their fourth quarters over the last 3 games?
That's awful.
It is just pathetic. CJ, the fourth quarter, the last 3 fourth quarters, this includes the overtime last night, 3 for 19 and 1 for 10 from 3. You're going to lose. Dame was a little better, 7 of 24 and 4 for 15 from 3. But the problem with Dame is when it really became push to shove last night, when it was time for him in his house to take the game over,
you got to deliver.
What happened? Look at 2:51 left. I'm not sure we have this play, but 2:51 left. Dame makes his one big 3 that put them up a point, and it's a lucky shot. It's like number 2 shot. Look at this. Look at this. It bounced around. That's not a pure stroke shot. And that's basically it for him. And we have to go all the way to 32 seconds left in overtime.
Right.
And he actually makes a layup. But can we see how he made that's that lucky shot? Yep. Okay. That's all you got. And then he cuts to the basket, and he actually loses the ball. He's trying to pass it, and it comes right back to him. It's a lucky play.
Right.
He actually makes a turnover that Golden State is going to have, and it bounces. The carom of the bad turnover comes right back to him, and he gets a wide-open layup. Those are the only 2 baskets that he makes from 2:51 of regulation on. Well, that's no good because look at what happened. Look at your overtime stats. In the overtime, Clay goes 0 for 4 and Steph goes 0 for 2. So they didn't exactly light up the overtime. But meanwhile, CJ and Dame can't do anything either because they each score 1 basket. And then there are 2 putback baskets on offensive rebounds. And then guess who makes only his second 3 of the whole series? Draymond. And that was the shot of the night, right?
But again,
okay.
But Skip, I'm looking at you. I mean, but if you're Portland and you get 30 from Myers Leonard. And 12 boards, don't you think if you have a 17-point lead late in the third, don't you think you got to win that one?
Okay, you do. How about this? Do you realize that Golden State trailed? They trailed 103 minutes of the series to 83 for Portland. So they were behind the whole series. Like the math almost doesn't work. Do you realize Portland out 3-point shot Golden State? What if I told you going in that in this 4-game series that Portland will make 52 threes to Golden State's 46. You'd say, oh, my God. Well, then maybe they swept Golden State. Well, they had a chance to win the last 3 games because of their 3-point shooting, except they couldn't make them when it
mattered the most. You're exactly right. And again, what happened, Skip? They got crushed on the glass. 56-38. Steph got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds on consecutive. I'm like, that's Steph. How you let the 6'3" guy get in there with all them giants and he's grabbing the boards? Kevon Looney plays limited minutes. He gets your double-figure rebounds. Draymond is going to be Draymond. This is the best I've seen Draymond play. And basically, I'm just going back through this run. Draymond hadn't played any better than what he played in the last 6 games of this.
Steph and Dre came to life because Kevin Durant was not there. So what happens if he starts game 1 against Milwaukee? You got to reconfigure, man. You got to recalibrate. Your whole RPM changes because you got to figure a way to kind of blend him back into the flow, and it might not be a flow anymore.
Well, here's the biggest thing, Skip. How soon can he practice? If the calf is as bad as we think it is, he can't do any conditioning. So now he's not conditioned. He hasn't practiced. How do you just trot him out there? Okay, Kevin, let's go. How do you trot him out there when he's not when he's not conditioned and he hadn't hit it in practice time of you re-ingratiating him into the offense?
I don't know.
And the thing, you mentioned Steph and Dre, is that Draymond felt, because everybody said, you're going to be the reason why KD leave. So he had to basically, KD clap, Draymond got to give him the ball. He has to concede because he doesn't want to be the reason, because everybody told him, if KD leave, it's going to be because of that incident. Steph Ben took a back seat. Because if I shoot too many, then he going to be upset, because remember, that's the reason why he left there, because the other guy was shooting too much. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Well, Clay was like, well, what about me? I got a defensive assignment. I need some shots also.
Yep.
So everybody was scared to step on KD's toes. Now nobody is scared to step on anybody's toes because they know the shots go Steph and Clay. And when you bring KD back, Skip, here's the thing. When you got just Steph and Clay, no KD, you got 2 guys and 3 guys are screeners. You think KD gonna come from under the basket to the top of the key to set a screen?
He will not.
He would do it a Kenny, yes, but that's not his game.
Not like Kevon Looney does.
And McKinney, and Bogut, and Draymond. So that's the difference in their offense.
It is. So remember what we talked about yesterday. Seth Curry had said 2 days ago what we keep saying, at least I've said it a number of times on the show, that, hey, they're not better without Kevin Durant, but they're harder to guard.
Yes.
He's talking about the 2 guards on the perimeter. They're just harder to stop because they're picking like crazy and screening like crazy. And what did Kevin Durant do? How did he respond on social media? Hell no, he said. They're not harder to guard, because he's saying, I'm harder to guard. Remember me, I'm Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you are, but not them. The team is different. I guarantee you, when KD is not in the ball game, Steph Curry probably runs an extra mile.
That's true. You know what? He amazed me last night. He didn't even sweat.
No.
Do you know how many miles he ran last night? How hard he played the whole night?
I've never seen a thing like this dude. This dude would be at the top of the key, he'd be in the corner, and the next thing you know, he appears in. I'm like, how did he get over there?
No one has ever worked harder. I know Reggie's in the ballpark for this, but no one has ever worked harder to get shots than this guy does.
He tried to pull a James Harden. He almost got away with it, Skip. He tried to pull a James Harden at the end.
He should have just shot a 2. I don't know why the 2 was wide open. And by the way, Myers Leonard just hacks him when he goes up for the shot, and they didn't call it. So it effectively should have ended right there with 2 free throws. But he goes and he gets his own, like you said. He's still fighting harder for the ball than Portland is. And he turns and he's got a wide open 2, but he has to try to do a step back.
You know, James,
step back.
He hit the J. He's like, well, hold on. I see Harden do this all the time.
I know.
And y'all never call it on him.
But little brother was right there to say, oh.
I loved it. He was like, you're not getting away with that.
This is this is unbelievable. I mean, if someone would have told you they're going to be over the next, KD goes out. KD's not there. So 3 games. Portland will have 17-point leads into the 3rd quarter in 3 games. 2 of the games will be at home. You're like, okay, this is going to be
at home.
No one would have.
Oh, you're going to say, oh, this is going to be a 6-7 game series.
Okay, so to me, this puts Kevin Durant in a lose-lose proposition.
Yeah, you can't win.
Okay, so you come back and you beat Milwaukee, let's say. You beat them in 5. People are just going to shrug and say, what else is new? If you lose to Milwaukee in 7 or whatever, and by the way, Milwaukee's going to have home court.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if you lose Game 7 in Milwaukee and you sort of crumble and tumble and look like a troubled basketball team, guess who's going to take the brunt of the criticism?
But we're talking about 9 days off before that first game. And that hell no response from KD means there's no way in my mind he would not come back. Just because he's not sitting around and watching this thing, even if it's a lose-lose.
But it's a good question, because if he hears enough, he's so thin-skinned that he might just say, okay, hell with all of you.
Win without. Let me see you win without me.
You do it.
Yeah.
Because that would be his only way to win out of this. Would be if he just sat back and said, you guys do it.
Right. They go. When they end the finals, they play Milwaukee. We believe they'll play Milwaukee, and Milwaukee wins. Oh, but you said they could win without me. That's what you said. You said I was good. They were good. They won before KD got. That's the only way he can win in this situation.
the dynamic right now with this team. I'd love to be in the locker room.
Steph,
Katie,
I'm good, bro.
Curry, Green.
I don't know, Skip. It's hard for me to believe, since I've been watching, a guy have a better Western Conference final or any kind of conference finals than what Steph Curry put together in these 4 games.
And by the way, he has had his struggles in postseason big games, especially in games 5, 6, and 7 against your LeBrons.
Right.
When they blew the 3-1
Well, he's struggling this series.
No, this is his 5th straight postseason game with 30 points. That is the longest streak of his career.
Yep.
We haven't seen anything like this from him.
He started to do this old LeBron thing. You know, LeBron, them 35, 8 and 8. LeBron got a bunch of those.
Just found a way to bring him up.
But this is 6 feet 3 inches tall.
They ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it does.
He a basketball player. He got MVP.
Oh, okay.
They don't reward trophies on height.
Okay. Well, all I know is Steve Kerr concluded they're just so fun to watch. Well, they are right now, but you put that number 35 back in the middle of them, they're not so fun to watch
I don't know how KD gonna take that. Oh, they fun to watch. I ain't out there, so they fun to watch when I ain't out there, huh? Okay.
Here we go.
What will change in the next 9 days before that one? We got a lot to talk about there, but we need to address the Cowboys. Should they be
take
worried?
The next one off.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Take a break? Okay, so we're talking about Ezekiel Elliott, what he was up to, a little bit of trouble. Maybe Skip will come back. We'll
the most
discuss
talented
next.
team getting in
Don't
trouble.
forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back. We'll see you.